Hello and welcome to the second installment of our singing sessions. Today we're going to focus on breath control and vowels, and then we're going to start work on a Schubert song, which I'll eventually play in two different keys, just so you can find a range which suits you. So to begin, we're going to work on a little descending exercise, and it's quite simple. I would like you to begin with breathing just after 4. So essentially we're going to count, singing 1, 2, 3, 4 and descending. I'll demonstrate once and then we'll do it together. It's actually very, very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are quick snatch breaths from down below. Try and keep this nice and still, not obviously tense, but focusing your breath down below. We're going to do this counting 1, 2, 3, 4 breath, and then we'll repeat the same exercise, and we'll go up to 8 this time and start to extend the bars. So we'll work on singing longer breaths. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one more time, and this time we'll count to 8 and we'll breathe after 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can we do that one more time, please? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just check in for all of you. Make sure your jaws are nice and relaxed. Make sure you're not tilted too far forward or tilted back. Maybe have a mirror in front of you or something. Or if you're standing near a mirror, just go and check how your body alignment. This all is an important part of the breathing apparatus as well. And the reason I say that, because we don't want any tension when you're breathing in. And I'd like the breaths to be as natural as possible. So again, when I'm singing it with the piano, I'm sort of moving my head to give you the signal to breathe, but you don't necessarily need to do that. The only action really should be is down your diaphragm. Everything else should be relaxed. Do make sure your shoulders are down. One thing I do notice when I watch singers, and particularly if you're an audience watching a choir, there's this thing for breathing in and then moving up the body. Make sure your shoulders are always down and your chest actually is always up and open. So your shoulders back, chest up and open, and make sure you're pushing into your legs and your feet. Okay, we're going to do another exercise. This is starting off on an open A vowel, then E, then U, and then back to A vowel. Okay? It's a little higher this time, but we're going to descend again. No, 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 no. Ni, 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 ni. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, try together. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 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 no. Ni, 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 ni. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 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 no. Okay, we're going to stay in the same key and another descending exercise, and this is just to an open R sound. I'd like you to take a big breath at the start. This is going to go over 4 bars of 3 descending. I'm going to take a nice big breath at the start, and I'd like you to start loud, go quiet, and then as we go back up, we start quietly and we get louder again. This is about applying now good vowel sound and also breath control for the phrase, as if you would be singing a piece of music. Okay, should we try that together? 1, 2. Let's do it one more time. Let's try to ooh. 1, and make the breath sound slightly breathy and forward. 3, 4. One more time. 3 and. And another one, just to finish off, easy. And we're going to call Bella Signora. Bella Signora. So say that really loudly and confidently. Bella Signora. And now we're going to do just simple rising arpeggio and then back down to the original note. This is going to be in C. Bella Signora. Try that. And Bella Signora. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. And you can try that. Oh God, I'm feeling that resonating in the front of my mask. We're now going to move on to a song, and this is a favourite of mine, and I think of probably millions of people across the world. It's a Schubert song called Anti-Musik. It's a song dedicated to music, and it's about the power of music and the importance. And I think it's one song that's particularly important in this pandemic as well. It just talks about the importance of music in our lives, the power of it, and the importance of composers and poets. It's a beautiful, simple song. I'm going to go through the German first, and you repeat the phrases after me, and then I'll sing it phrase by phrase so you can practice the German with the melody. This might take you several attempts. I would heartily recommend you listening to some recordings online. Dig out some Ian Bostridge, or there's a great one with Janet Baker, and there's a Fisher Disco. I would listen to them. There's going to be tons of recording of this, but just be careful the singer you choose, because you want to get the German right from the start. So, just say after me when you've got the score in front of you. Du holde Kunst, in wie viel grauen Stunden. Du holde Kunst, in wie viel grauen Stunden. So it's a nice ooh sound at the start. Holder, this is O, it's a nice open sound. And then if you look at wie viel, when you have an I and an E, you sound the second one. So it's V. Wie viel grauen Stunden. Next phrase, wo mich, it's kind of a fish sound, ich. You might want to practice this a few times, but it's a good thing to practice now, because when we come to future pieces when we might sing some German, this is a good thing to remember and good way if you actually attack in some German by yourself, and you should feel quite satisfied singing this beautiful song. Wo mich des Lebens wilder Kreis umstrickt. Wo mich des Lebens wilder Kreis umstrickt. Hast du mein Herz zu warmer Lieb entzünden? Hast du mein Herz zu warmer Lieb entzünden? So your Zs, you need to put like a little T before them. And then another thing to think about is all the consonants. In German, you generally sound them all. So words like hast. So really articulate those. It might feel a bit alien being native English speakers to actually overemphasize these consonants, but I can tell you if you're singing them, you would actually do this. So project them forward. Kunst, hast, all these different ones. Lebens, wilder, Kreis, and then strickt, strikt, entzünden. Okay, next phrase. Hast mich in eine bessere Welt entrückt. So that funny sign you see in the music, Bess is a double S sound. Hast mich in eine bessere Welt entrückt. And the double dots over the U sound changes the vowel of the U to the U. So it's kind of like a French plus, U, U. So do an E sound, U, rückt, rückt. In eine bessere Welt entrückt. So, I'll read it one more time. Du holde Kunst, in wie viel grauen Stunden, wo mich des Lebens wilder Kreis umstrickt. Hast du mein Herz zu warmer Lieb entzünden, hast mich in eine bessere Welt entrückt, in eine bessere Welt entrückt. Next verse. Oft hat ein Seufzer deine Haf entflossen. One more time. Oft hat ein Seufzer deine Haf entflossen. Ein süßer, heiliger Akkord von dir. Den Himmel bessere, I'll do that again, sorry. Den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen. Den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir dafür. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir dafür. And you can go on practicing those phrases. So I'll read that second verse one more time. Oft hat ein Seufzer deine Haf entflossen. Ein süßer, heiliger Akkord von dir. Den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir dafür. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir. Now, we're going to put this together. And I'm going to do it phrase by phrase. I'm singing this currently in D major, but I will also record it in C major down a tone, so you can all have a practice in both keys. So the first one I'm going to do in the slightly higher key of D major, and I'll do exactly the same thing in C major. Okay, let's go from the top. Du holde try this phrase. 3, 4, 1. Du holde Kunst, in wie viel grauen Stunden vor mich das Lebens wilde Kreis umstrickt. Let's do that last phrase one more time. Vor mich. 3, 4, 1. Vor mich das Lebens wilde Kreis umstrickt. Hast du mein Herz zu warmer Liebenswunden? Let's try this phrase. Hast du? 3, 4, 1. Hast du mein Herz zu warmer Liebenswunden? Hast mich in einer besseren Welt entrückt, in einer besseren Welt entrückt. This next phrase, hast mich. 3, 2, 1. Hast mich in einer besseren Welt entrückt, in einer besseren Welt entrückt. Well done. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go through the whole of that verse with me playing. And you can wind this back several times and practice it. It will take you. Don't sort of put yourself down if you can't get this right straight away. Honestly, this is a song that I come back to over and over again. I love performing in concerts, and it's also makes such a wonderful encore as well, because it brings beautiful closure to the concerts. But it takes a long time to get this into your system. But let me tell you, it's worth it. And it'd be a good opportunity for you to practice your German, and also a good opportunity for you to sing a spectacular piece. Right, let's go from the beginning. And I'll just go through this verse one more time, and then we'll go into the second verse. 3, 4, 1. Du holde Kunst, in wie viel grauen Stunden vor mich das Lebens wilde Kreis umschwiegt. Hast du mein Herz zur warmer Liebenswunden, hast mich in einer besseren Welt entrückt, in einer besseren Welt entrückt. Let's go to the second verse. Oft hat ein Seufzer deiner Harfe entflossen, ein süßer, heiliger Akkord von dir. Den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir dafür. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir. Okay, let's take that apart. So now you've got an idea of the whole shape of the song. If you're learning this in the lower key, I'd probably stop this now and go on to the separate video, because I'll go through exactly the same thing with the lower parts, but do feel free to carry on singing along with this and then go on. Okay, off times. This verse, I would generally sing this starting off slightly quieter, so it changes the atmosphere and feeling of it, and then gradually build to sort of big climax as we get towards the end of this verse. So let's do this phrase by phrase. Oft hat ein Seufzer deiner Hafen flossen. So we'll go 3, 4, 1. Oft hat ein Seufzer deiner Hafen flossen. Next phrase, 3, 4, 1. Ein süßer, heiliger Gott von dir. One more time, 3, 4, 1. Ein süßer, heiliger Gott von dir. Let's go to the next phrase. Den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen. It's up to you how you sing that phrase. Some people will break after bessere and then Zeiten, but do it as a sort of expressive breath, or you can go right through it. It's harder, I find it at the moment, being sat down at the piano and singing at the same time, so I don't have the same breath control. But it's up to you how you do that. Let's try that phrase once more. Den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen. 3, 4, 1. Den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir dafür. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir. Let's go back to Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir. Du hold, 1, 2, 3. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir dafür. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir. So that's your basic shape of the piece. I would definitely have a listen to some recordings of this one. And I'd also, because it'd be great for you to get an idea of different interpretations, different speeds. I'd be very careful about the German you listen to, as I said earlier. But also in some of the older recordings, they tend to sing the German in a slightly old-fashioned way. We hear mich and ich rather than ich. That's not common practice now. We always sing mich, ich, and just check those. And also be very strict about the recordings. Make sure you sound every single consonant, and don't let that be a block to getting sort of legato in the phrases. It is still possible to sing legato phrases in German, although it might feel like at the start, maybe it's as German for the first time for you. Well, it's going to be a journey. It'll take a bit of time, but it's worth it, and it's worth just persevering, getting through it. It's so satisfying. And there's so much beautiful repertoire. This is just one of with Schubert, one of 600 songs, and 200 by Schumann, and endless ones by Brahms, Strauss, and then all our sort of Bach pieces. So it's really good to sort of get grips and challenge yourself in some ways. Future things I'd like to do is an Italian song, and also then I'd like to do a few lighter things, music theatre pieces, and maybe we'll look at maybe a Howells piece or Kearney or Quilter, just something completely different. I think it's nice for you all to step out of your boxes and just try something different. It might then draw you towards maybe in the future having singing lessons yourself home and learning more. There's some absolute gems around, and it's worth training your voice. And as if you're an athlete, you would go to the gym, you do exercises, and as a singer in a choir, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be learning solo songs by yourself. Right, let's go through this now. This is in D major, and good luck. And you could try this as many times as you want, and it's really good. It might be, if you ever want to perform this to the choir, then let us know. Well done. I hope you enjoyed this.